Hi there guys, it's Chris here with selfmadenewy.com, and in this video we're going to talk about how you can take advantage of where your competition is lacking, and I have first-hand experience with this, which I'll go into in the video. So before we jump into it, drop a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell if you want to be updated with new videos. Now, I know the title of this video is a little bit tongue-in-cheek. I'm not attacking everybody. I have joined the real world. I have gone through the copywriting and freelancing programs. I do think it's legit, and if you don't know what to do and you're trying to make a business online, copywriting is, a really legit way to go. I don't really do freelancing because it doesn't really fit into what I'm looking for as far as the way I make money. It's scalable. You're still trading time for money. There's still kind of a ceiling with freelancing. It's not passive. I don't like getting on the phone, and that's why I don't do it. But one thing I do share with freelancers, and that is email marketing. I do a lot of email marketing, and I guess somehow a lot of the students in the real world or Hustlers University have picked up on my channel or my business, and I get a ton of emails and they're all the same. So that's why I thought I'd put out this video. Again, not attacking anybody, but also teaching people what not to do, whether you are in Hustlers University or the real world, or whether you're not. This is just something you can learn. It's something I'm going to put out there, something that I do that works for me. So there's one thing I'm going to preface this with, and that is that everything moves extremely quickly. You can't stay stagnant on one way of doing things, especially when you are marketing on the internet, whether that's through email, video, content, whatever. You have to keep moving, keep thinking of new ways to be creative, and don't just stick on one thing. So here's one example of an email I get, and I can tell this is from Hustlers University because they use the same structure, especially the same call to action. I've received about 100 to 200 of these emails, and they all say the same thing, and now whenever I see this, unfortunately, I just have to delete it. So let's dive into this. So we've got an email. Hi Chris, I admire that you've given a video preview, so informative. So this is what they're doing here, is they're doing what's called first line personalization. This became popular about 2 years ago, meaning that if you put a first line that's very personal and can resonate with the recipient, you're more likely to get a positive response. You're supposed to really put a lot of work if you're going to undertake that method, and this person hasn't. While I was looking over your site, I developed an idea to help you increase profits for the Professional Affiliate and Content Marketer Blueprint. Now, they've done a mail merge here because my product is actually called Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon, the Professional Affiliate and Content Marketer Blueprint. They've missed out the actual name of the product, so I know it's a mail merge already. I actually went ahead and put together a 3 email sequence, so there's a typo. You can send to your list to get more people to sign up. Would you like me to send it over as a free gift? So this is something that's taught in the real world / Hustlers University. Would you like me to send it over as a free gift? It's smart. You're offering free value, especially if you're a beginner. This is one way to approach it. But unfortunately, this ship has sailed. Anybody sending over this tagline, this call to action, would you like me to send over as a free gift? You are sharing the same call to action as probably, if I got 100 to 200 emails, you're probably sharing it, this tagline, this call to action, with you're probably thousands of people, okay, to be real. So a couple of things that were wrong with that. Number one, you're sending from a Gmail address, and I'd say 85% of the people are sending from a Gmail address, which is just a no-no. The second big thing is you need to get away from this "can I send it over as a gift" thing. If I'm getting emails like this, I see that it's already just triggering something in me that is like, another gift guy. Okay, so you need to cut that out, okay, because it's just been overused. I think at one point there were like 100 and something thousand people in Hustlers University, and if they were all taking the copywriting course, which I think was the most popular one, they seem to all be sending out that. Okay, so this is a lot of people in a short span of time that have played out this call to action. I would just get away from it. I would also get away from not skimping on just getting that $8 Gmail premium or whatever you call it, and getting a domain name for your business. This is a business, right? Imagine you're running a brick and mortar business. You'd have to put tens of thousands of dollars into that. I'm asking you to put $8 into a domain level email address. When people see a Gmail email address, it's really a no-no. They're just deleting the email. Because an opening email is so small, you have fewer opportunities to make mistakes. So because it's a small, compact initial message, every single part of it needs to be tight. okay? Your email address needs to be professional. Your call to action needs to be unique. You have to speak in a unique way. Your persuasive language, everything, every one of those, 2-line or 3-line paragraphs needs to be reiterated over, reviewed, audited, so you just get something perfect, okay, that you can use, and then don't share it. And it must be very unique, okay? I know this. I send out emails as well. I send out cold emails to people where I'm also offering, free value in the same way, okay? And my emails, I guarantee, look nothing like anybody else's. So here's an example email I put together, and we're gonna go through it, and I'm gonna tell you why I write emails like this. So the first thing is, you can mail merge. You can still mail merge, you can still use streak. So I've got, hi person, my name is your name, and I've been on your email list for a while and enjoy your content. So what you're really coming across as now, what you're triggering in somebody is that, oh, this is a customer. And they're gonna kind of get that feeling of like, oh, is this a complaint? You've always got to be thinking about how is someone gonna feel when they read each line of your email. If someone emailed me and they're like, hey Chris, I've been doing your course now for 2 weeks, I'm gonna be like, oh, and? Because I care about my program. If they start going, this is wrong, I take note of that. Okay, so it kind of grabs the attention because you're creating the frame of, I'm a user of your product, and. So because it's their product, they're gonna wanna know what people think about it. Definitely don't talk about yourself in the first line. People hate that. So you might have noticed I don't go for that personalization. I think the first line personalization can work. But I also think because of the evolution of this email marketing game, people are onto that as well. People are used to patterns, right? And they're used to the pattern of hi, schmooze, I'm this, pitch. So even if your first line is very unique to that person and it triggers like, oh, they really care, they still know it's a schmooze. They still know you're schmoozing up to them. So I think the reward ratio of spending all that time to create a very good, in-depth, researched first line is better just spent writing a less in-depth first line and pumping out more emails. I think if you measured both, this person would still get the most responses and in the shorter amount of time. So I'm kind of the same reason I say don't use the line, can I send it over as a gift, is the same reason I'm gonna say, look, people are used to the patterns of pitching emails, so whether you're schmoozing in detail or schmoozing in a different way, they know what the pattern is. I'm doing something a little bit different here. I'm doing something classic. I'm saying, hey, I'm a follower of your product. I'm a user. That's triggering something a little bit unique. It's breaking the pattern. You gotta say who you are at some point. So here, I'm a professional copywriter and I'm a fan of product. So it's like, oh, okay. Whew. First they told me, look, I'm a user of this. I'm a user of your product. I'm a user of your service. And you're gonna go, okay, and I'm a fan. Okay. Subtle emotions that you're triggering. I wanted to reach out and see if you'd be open to collaboration. Now, this is something that I've learned recently that has paid off for people I know, as well as myself. You're keeping it vague. And one of the things that has come out of this vagueness that a lot of people have found is that if you go to someone and say, I wanted to see if you need a copywriter, they're gonna be like, okay, so he's here, he's talking about copywriting. Okay, yeah, send over your free copy or whatever. Now with guest posting at least, you say, are you open to collaboration? You're keeping it vague because they might come back and say, yeah, we're looking for a writer. What are your rates? And this surprisingly has been happening to a lot of people. By keeping it a little bit vague, especially in the first email, if people are being opened up to things that they wouldn't have expected. Like, yeah, we need someone. Do you want to interview? Or what kind of collaboration are you into? We're looking for this. Can you write about this? So rather than you say, hey, I want to send you this 3-part email sequence, and then they're going, do I want a 3-part email sequence? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. You're saying you're a copywriter, and then you're seeing if they're a yes person, a no person, or a maybe person, basically. I'll get into that in a minute. So you're keeping that a bit vague, you're opening them up to a little bit of curiosity. What do they mean by that? A lot of the good emails I get are kind of vague like this too, and I generally reply, okay, what do you have in mind? I'll just reply that. And that's a success for the person who's emailed me because I've made contact. They've triggered my curiosity. So then I say a little bit about what I'm talking about. I'm about to now set up my value, set up my social proof. I work with similar businesses to do what value, okay? To increase their email conversions through copy. I might send out like, oh, I create content for different brands and this is the views I've gotten on certain videos. And I'm able to consistently do the valuable thing. Increase conversions if you're a copywriter. Examples of my work. Now, examples of your work can be links to, they could be linked, if you're a beginner, they could be links to a blog post you've written, right? Go on Medium and write a blog post about how to set up copywriting emails using cognitive bias, buyer persuasion, marketing, ninja marketing persuasion tactics, hitting on cognitive biases, using the ADA or PASS framework, all that kind of stuff. Show them you're at least an authority and you know what you're doing. If you don't have testimonials. If you have testimonials, send them. Testimonials are the most powerful form of persuasion. Social proof, halo effect, all that stuff. If you have testimonials of you increasing sales, do it. If you're a beginner, you have to show that you know what you're doing. So you could have linked text. Examples of my work, the first one could be an article of how to write effective email persuasion that most people don't know, and that's a blog post. You could also have my example framework of sending emails. So you're at least delivering the value, and they might click on that and go, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. So you've said you offer this value, and then it shows that you've done something. When people see a blog post from someone, whether it's on their own blog or Medium, they're like, oh, this person really cares about what they do, and they look like they're a pro. The feeling they get is that this person probably writes articles all over the web, but actually it might just be that one. Okay, so you're showing expertise by showing you care, by showing you're kind of an authority in what you do. Now, the last thing is I'm not straying away from the pitch. Okay, I'm just not using the word gift. There are a few things you could do right away. Whoops, I just typed this out 5 minutes ago. There are a few things you could do right away that I'm happy to share. I know this email is a bit out of the blue, but is this something you'd be interested in? Again, you're keeping it open, you're keeping it vague. Okay, so that is a more solid initial email. It raises curiosity, collaboration. People like collaborations. And then you've got your demonstration of value and authority as well. Now, your follow-up email, you can do the Hustlers University method as well. Again, I would say change the wording. So this will be a follow-up I'd send after like 2-3 days. Hey, just so you know what I was talking about, I put together an example for you. The way I like to stand out is by including subtle psychological triggers in my writing that I found really push subscribers into clicking over what most people do. And then I might link my blog article again or something like that just to show the value. Okay? Yeah, like you could say, this is an article about what I do and how I came up with my unique method of high converting copy. And then you say, would you like me to send it over? Would you like me to send it over? Pretty normal wording. You're not saying this gift thing, which has become very familiar now with a lot of people. All right, so you can take this and run with it if you want. Comment below if you think this wouldn't be persuasive, what your opinions are. I'm looking forward to, dialogue if people have opposing views. And going back to what I was saying before, about yes people, maybe people, and no people. If this is the game, this is the same thing. It works in dating as well, right? If you have a yes person, you don't really have to do that much work. It's easy. If you have a no person, they're a no. If people aren't looking for copy, no amount of emails is going to make them want to get into copy. If they do want copy, easy. You don't really have to be that sharp. This is about maybe people. Okay, you use the copy, use the game on maybe people. They don't know they want it yet. They might want it, they've thought about it. Then you convince those people. So don't waste your time emailing no people, okay? And for yes people, don't spend too much time like overselling. Like I had someone email me the other day selling ads. I'm interested in running ads, okay? I want to get into Google ads and Facebook ads. It's an avenue that I haven't really worked on, and I'm willing to actually put a bit of money into that. And then when they responded to me and gave him my free gift or whatever, it wasn't ads, it was something else. I was like, this is long form copy. This is not a Google ad. A Google ad is a box, right, with a bit of, like, I'm looking for your target demographics and that stuff. I want to run that. I can even do my own copy. So I was already a yes person for the ads. So they didn't really have to say much. I think they might have even also had a Gmail address. So I was already like, oh, ads, that's something I've really been thinking about. So I was a yes guy. I didn't need convincing. I just didn't need them to mess it up, right? And they did, because they sent me something that I didn't care about, which was email copy. I like doing my own email copy. So this is just some notes I'm running through now. Don't try to convert no's. Yes people, you'll know it immediately and you just lead them through the process. Maybe people is what you're working with, okay? So basically, as I said at the beginning, if your emails are small, if you have something small, you have less opportunities to make mistakes. Your email, get a .com. It costs $8 a month. Make sure your layout is good. Make sure you're not like doing what everybody else is doing. Make sure you have, you know, everything you need in order to convert. Otherwise, why are you sending out emails? All right, guys. So I know the title of this video is a bit tongue-in-cheek. It's not attacking anybody, whether you are doing copy or whether sending emails and you are a student from the real world, or whether you're not. Hopefully you can get something from this. And if you found value, drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Take care.